Hello everyone, hope you are doing great, and module for this section is sniffing. Sniffing is basically capturing and monitoring the traffic. It can be categorized into two parts, which can be active sniffing and a passive sniffing. Active sniffing basically means sniffing from a specific interface, right? Specific interface. But passive sniffing means when a device broadcasts it to all the ports. Means if it's a switch, it broadcasts it to all the ports. So without wasting time, let's jump into a lab session. So the IP range we are using here is 192.168.255.0/24. Windows PC is at .35, Linux is at .239, Windows Server is at 242, and our Cisco router is at 246. This Windows PC is not being used. So our first task is capture a packet from a specific interface. That means it's an active sniffing. So for that, I will be jumping into my Windows machine. I'll be clearing this out. I'll make it full screen. Yeah. I'll be opening our favorite tool, which is Wireshark. Which does a type of active sniffing. So I will pause this video till it comes. As you can see, my Wireshark is loaded up, and I have two interface, which is Ethernet, which I'm connected to my internet, and an adapter for loopback traffic capture. So I will go for Ethernet, double click on it. So this is the packet flow that has been flowing through that interface. We have different kinds of packets. STP packet is going on in this, and if you want, you can use a filter also, STP, which will give you the STP. So you can print this also by Control P. So type capital STP, which will sniff you all the STP packets only, right? You can do IP address too. So you have to type IP.addr equal to 192.168.255. And our machine is 35, I guess. Yeah. If you hit enter, the IP source and destination with that IP will be filtered. So it was active sniffing. Now next we will be seeing an passive sniffing. Before that, if you click on any packet, you can see we have all the layers. It's a NetBIOS configuration message. So I will go for an HTTP, TCP, okay, TCP packet. As you can see, we have 4 layers: frame, Ethernet, network layer, right? So each and every information about a packet, TCP information, it's a TCP sequence ACK2. So from these fields, you can guess which TCP packet it is. It's actually FIN and ACK. That's why its flag is FIN and ACK is 1. So from these packets, you can guess. So I have been putting a filter on this. So I will be not receiving any broadcast packets. Now I can receive every broadcast packet, everything. So see you in our passive sniffing. So as you can see, we are in a topology, and a Kali Linux box, we are going to attack through our Kali Linux box, and our target is actually a switch. So what we are going to do is, as you know, the switch functionality, it's an intelligent device. It learns all the MAC addresses coming to it, and it saves the interface, right? So what I'm going to use is Kali Linux MacOff tool to flood random MAC addresses through this port. So for that, a switch, when its MAC table is filled, will broadcast all the packet to all the interfaces. That's the basic functionality of a switch. When it's so basically it's a very large number of table, means I have to get 5,000 MAC addresses until I can flood all the packets to all the ports. So what I'm going to show you is a Kali machine and the tool. Okay, so I'm jumping into my Kali machine. Let me full screen it. Okay, yeah, we are in a Kali Linux box. So what we have to type is MacOff -I to mention the interface. So before that, I will check my interface. ifconfig, hit enter, and we have a loopback interface and an Ethernet interface. Ethernet interface is the interface which is connected to a switch. So what we will do is type -of -I and the Ethernet interface. It will -of command is not found. So I will do one thing. I will install this -of. So previously in Kali 2020, -of is not there. So what you have to type is simply type apt-get install dsniff, because dsniff is the package where -of tool is installed. So dsniff is dynamic sniffing tool set. In that tool set, we have a tool called -of. So basically you have to download that tool. What I'm going to do next is go with the same command, -of -I Ethernet 0. So it is popping up random MAC addresses. So when we go to a switch, okay. So as you can see, I have random MAC addresses filled in my switch in gig 01/1. Now, if my MAC address table is filled, simply it will broadcast all the packets. Even if it's a ping packet, broadcast all the packets to all port. It will act as a switch. So next, we will be seeing another tool. What we will be doing in this lab is basically we are going to set up our Kali Linux machine as a DHCP server. So we are connected to a switch. A Windows PC who is requesting a DHCP will get a DHCP reply from our Kali Linux box. Okay, so he will be getting a reply from our Kali Linux box, and then we will route the packet to the internet. So this is an attack which is called man in the middle attack, but in this way we can sniff all the traffic which is going from a target PC to the internet. So basically it gives us all the information. Let me clear this out. So what you have to open is MSF console. So for that, I will not use this. I will type Metasploit. Yeah. So it's starting. So it's loaded up. What you have to do is use a exploit. So for that, if you don't know the exploit of DHCP, just go for search DHCP, which will give you the correct information. Search DHCP, and the exploits related to DHCPs are here. So for that, I will be using this auxiliary server. Sorry, this one. I'll be copying it. Control Shift C. Scrolling down, type use, Control Shift V, hit enter. So I am in my server. So for that, I have to see the options. So show options is a command. There are many options. You have to set this. So there is a recommended options, yes, and server host is recommended. You can see the recommended thing in yes, and others are no. So whatever IP you need, you can set it. So for that, I will set DHCP IP start. Okay, IP start will be my 192.168.254.0. Okay, in this way I will set an end also, END, and my last IP will be 10, I guess. Yeah. Now you have to set the DHCP server, DNS server. So for that you have to type set DNS server. I'll be typing it DNS server with double S. I missed one S. Will be my 888, which will be my Google's DNS. Right. Next, we need something called network. Which network it should be? It's and we need net mask. So I will say set network. So let me just pause this video. I will show you all the options when it's set. So all the options are set, and as you can see, we have set netmask, server host, router. Router for configuration means routing the packets from one interface to another interface. So we'll be doing this lab, so don't worry. So I will be clearing this out, and I'm jumping to my topology. I'll be turning on my Linux Windows 7 machine, and let's see. So it's already configured. So what I will do is go for its network adapter ncpa.cpl and turning it to DHCP. Properties, TCP IPv4, turning this on DHCP. Okay. Now it will send DHCP packets, receive the packets. Let's see. It's currently not receiving. It will receive. Do one thing. We will restart it, disable, and then no, cancel. Oh, it's gone. Okay. And then enable the adapter. When it's all done, you have to type run, and it will be starting our DHCP server. And in a Linux machine, as you can see, we got an IP. Let's see that IP details. Yes, we got that IP in that subnet, and our packet will be routed as we discussed. So it's easy. You can sniff the packet, whichever it is flowing between these packets. So you can sniff basically all the packets which are flowing from this Windows 7 PC to the internet. Basically, Kali Linux box is not having any internet. That's why it's not showing. So it works like that. So we will be seeing our next lab, which is EtherCap. Now we are at our final lab, which is our poisoning attack. So what we will do is open a tool called EtherCap. To open it, you have to type EtherCap. If you enter it, it's a CLI version. You have to go to GUI version for that -G. As Hersina also uses -G, all the UI uses -G. So what you have to do, it's a latest version because it's Kali 2020. So it's 0.8.3. So my lab manual, I used a 2016 machine. So I will be showing you in my, so let me hide this. Yeah. So what you have to do is sniffing at startup. Okay, ether interface is Ethernet 0. It's good. Bridge interface, I don't want an interface. I will go for accept. And if you click on this thing, it will give you the host list. Currently, there are no host lists. So what you have to do is click on scan for hosts. This will basically give you all the hosts that are present. As you can see, we have .35, 242, 246, 35 is a Windows PC, 242 is a Windows server, 246 is Cisco router, 255.1 is our default gateway, which I use for internet. So what you have to do is go for these three small dots, go for targets and select current targets. So add target, I will be adding the IP 192.168.255.35. Yeah. And I'll be adding target 2, which will be my Windows server. Oh, sorry. 192.168.255.242. So that's how you add it. And I'll be doing an MITM attack. For that, you have to click this. So its MITM attack is started. That's why it's highlighted a little bit as it's in dark mode. That's why you're not seeing it, but it's highlighted. So you can mention which attack to use. So I will use ARP poisoning, sniff remote connection. Yeah. Okay. It's adding group victims. So as you can see, these are victims. Okay. What I will do is go and check it. So I will ping it, ping from Windows PC to our server. Before that, I will open a Wireshark. Wireshark. Wireshark is opened, and what I will do is go for Windows. Okay, I will go for Windows 10 because it's .35. You go for CMD and try to ping my Okay, it's a virtual machine, that's why it's low. Okay, so I will ping 192.168.255.242. I was getting the ping. As you can see, we have many adapters. What you have to do is select on Ethernet 0, and you'll be seeing. So as you can see, our packets are sent. Duplicate IP address. See, if I go again and ping it again. See, ICMP packets. I have been shown ICMP packets. I am on different 239 network, but I will get this packet because I have launched an MIT. So that's it, guys. This is for this lab, sniffing lab. We will see you in the next lab.